If true, this changes everything for the Atlanta Hawks. Hometown kid Jaylen Brown showed up at the hometown radio station V103 to talk to Big Tigger about, you'll get it later on down the line, but I'm telling you right now, if we add to this already beefed up roster of Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Kennard, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, or no, then I'm telling you right now, things would almost go through the roof for the Atlanta Hawks. But the weird thing about it is that it almost seems like it would come at a cost for something. I'm going to break all of this down as well as add just a little more insight into someone else who had something else to say about our Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young's possibility of being with the Atlanta Hawks long term. Now, again, a lot has happened for the Atlanta Hawks this offseason, and with 40 days left into the beginning of the NBA season, I want to say is less than 30 days before the start of the preseason, and things are starting to get up underway. Unfortunately, the football season has already started, which means basketball season is right around the corner. Baseball season is ending. Sports. I'm just excited because I'm telling you right now, watching what I just saw just opens my eyes tremendously to what the possibilities are for the Atlanta Hawks. And right now, all eyes are on Atlanta. All eyes are on Atlanta, and I feel as though the Atlanta Hawks needs to take full advantage of what is going on right now. But before I go any further, I just want to welcome everybody to the show because I'm glad to see you guys. Hadn't seen you all in such a long time. My name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Now, I normally come on here and I get super excited and you hear me, raising my voice and just being super geeked about the news and information that I just received. But this time, I got a lot of news that you guys definitely need to get to. And we have no time to waste because we really need to get to it. Again, Jaylen Brown showed up to V103 to chop it up with Big Tigger. Shouts out, first of all, to V103. That is, my former working space. Big Tigger is a former co-worker of mine. I was able to, pick his brains, years ago, just be that he works for the Atlanta Hawks and, he's the PA announcer and stuff like that. So I was able to talk with him years ago, just as far as how he sees the Atlanta Hawks going forward. He is one of those guys that definitely stands behind Trae Young. He stands behind what the Atlanta Hawks are capable of doing. And of course, the 2021 chase for the NBA title and really the push in the playoffs definitely has a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans thirsty for more. And Trae Young definitely got it delivered. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and go further. Let's dig into what Big Tigger actually pulled out of Jaylen Brown as far as the possibility of him. You dig what I'm saying? The possibility of this guy showing up and playing for the Atlanta Hawks.
Is there any chance?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, D.
Ever.
This stands for everything.
This rules. This rules. I gotta play by the rules too.
Okay.
Is there any chance that we see you in a hometown uniform?
You never know.
Okay.
What's the rules? What rules you got to play by?
I work down there, so I have to, I don't need nobody calling me like, what you doing?
Pampering.
Yeah, right. I ain't doing that. Just I would love to see you play for the hometown.
Nah, I feel you. Nah, I think my grandma would too.
Your grandma been talking to you about it?
Yeah.
Look,
that's the biggest pressure there is.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, but you never know. We'll see.
Now, Atlanta's already loaded. If you look at this picture here, that's already 3 superstars. Not only adding in, again, the 3 that I already mentioned, Dyson Daniels, Zaccharie Risacher, we would just adding Jaylen Brown to that would almost make the Atlanta Hawks another form of the Boston Celtics, because of course we saw last season how the Boston Celtics had to dismantle what they had already developed because of the fact that they were becoming expensive. Kristaps Porzingis was becoming expensive. Al Horford, though, played very long, is playing, or of course he hadn't retired officially yet, but be that he's been playing for so long in the season and things in the NBA, and though he's putting out I guess he's still putting out a lot of production, though he's still putting out things that, of course, makes him valuable to a team. You know, the Boston Celtics, they had to cut the bait for some of these guys. They couldn't pay everybody. Some of these people had to leave. And then to hear Jaylen Brown come on to the Big Tigger show here in Atlanta and not only stirring the pot, okay? He's a hometown kid. Not only are people in the Atlanta area who know about this guy would love for him to come back, he's stirring the pot. Look behind me. You never know, we will see. That is what he said. You never know, we will see. And yes, I brought in the fact of tampering, be that Big Tigger does work for the Atlanta Hawks, be that he is the PA announcer in the Atlanta Hawks in State Farm Arena. It does seem as if Big Tigger would be somewhat tampering if he were to, mess around or try to find a way to talk Jaylen Brown into coming down to Atlanta. I mean, this would really shake a lot of things up in the NBA. And I'm telling you right now, if that were to be the case, my question to you guys, what would it cost the Atlanta Hawks? Because nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this life is free. You dig what I'm saying? Happiness is. But other than that, that even comes at a cost because, yes, we would love to see, more star power. You dig what I'm saying? More people coming to the Atlanta Hawks, helping them get over the hump and potentially into an NBA Finals, which we in the Atlanta area have never experienced. In my 37 years of living, I've never seen an NBA Finals here in the Atlanta area. As a matter of fact, the best team that we've had was the 2014 and 15 team that has 60 wins, put four guys in the All-Star game. It's just the possibilities would be endless. Let's just put it like that. The possibilities will be endless. But my question to you guys is, what would it cost? I've heard so many people say that Trae Young, trade away Trae Young for him, or let's get rid of Dyson Daniels, not Dyson Daniels, but Zaccharie Risacher. Others have argued that point and said, nah, we don't want to get rid of these guys. Let's keep them, leave Jaylen Brown where he is. You guys let me know in the comments because I'm telling you that is spicy. But going back to Trae Young, be that a lot of people, and I've read the comments, I took the time to actually read up on it, though a lot of people have suggested that the Atlanta Hawks move away from Trae Young. We all know the contracts disputes, you dig what I'm saying? Also, really quickly, going into contract disputes, looking at Jaylen Brown, first of all, back in 2023, Jaylen Brown signed a five-year Supermax extension with the Boston Celtics back in July of 2023, worth of $3.7 million. That would actually pay him all the way into 2029. That would pay him north of $60 million per year until 2029. This year, of course, he was paid $49 million. Of course, it goes up to 53 the next, 57 the next, 61, and I think 65 in his final season. So again, be that Jaylen Brown costs that much. Of course, we just got done talking about Trae Young and the possibility of him either getting a max contract or a super max. And then with all of those things adding into it, it's like, well, let's go ahead and go for somebody that already is under a contract, trade away Trae Young, whatever. I'm getting confused with all of this stuff. But bringing it back home to Trae Young, as far as the contracts disputes and stuff like that, I even see that, what is this guy, McMahon? Yeah. He even went so far as explaining
the long-term outlook for Trae Young in Atlanta is murky at the minimum at this point.
At the minimum, it is murky. Be that the Atlanta Hawks have already said, hey, we'll just wait. We'll table this for a second. So now we understand that Trae Young is possibly playing for a contract this season because, yes, he's still under contract right now. He's playing for a contract extension. I explained to someone earlier that we don't want Trae Young to become an unrestricted free agent because then, of course, we would get nothing in return if he were to say, you know what, I'm going to just jump ship and go elsewhere. So, again, with that, I mean, it becomes somewhat, like he said, murky. Especially with Jaylen Brown stirring the pot, saying, hey, you never know. We will see. There is a I'm not saying that there's a possibility that there could be a sign and trade or a trade between Trae Young and Jaylen Brown. What I'm saying is these two things, Jaylen Brown's interview and then this guy, that way. Of course, this reporter came out. He was speaking with Brian Windhorst. And he basically said, hey, things are murky at best.
The man took a bow on the floor at Madison Square Garden. But that's the only, that one run to the Eastern Conference Finals is the only playoff success that they've had. And I get, I get taking a cautious approach to committing to Trae Young as a maximum salaried face of a franchise if you're trying to make put together a contender.
And listen, him listing those things, we in the Atlanta area have heard all of those things. We've heard every last bit of it, not only just from him, but everybody else, because of course we can only hang our hats on the fact that it was a 2021 run in the Eastern Conference. And since then, play in, middle of the pack, not too good, not too bad. Something's got to change. Not saying that I believe Trae Young should be going, but it's interesting that it's interesting that these two things happen within days of each other, and we should pay very close attention to what is going on. We definitely should be paying attention to what's going on, especially if it involves that young man right there. I mean, so many things we can take away from this, but I will let you guys have it in the comments. You guys let me know how you guys feel. Tell me if you want Trae Young here, if you want Jaylen Brown here. Let me know in the comments. I want to get to talking with all of you guys today. My name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest. You already know what it is, y'all. I'm signing out. Peace.